Okay, that's all it should be in my box. Two PC Power and Cooling 750 watt SOI power supplies. These will power one rack. They get strung together. These are really good power supplies in my experience. If you haven't had one. About the only drawback that I've experienced with them is that they're not modular, and you know, I wish they were, because I'm gonna have two of these on one shelf, and modularity would be really nice. A nice little PC Power and Cooling sticker if you want that, if you care about that so much. So there's that. As I said in my previous video, I had 4 cards that were waiting on the power supplies. The power supplies came in, so I haven't even unboxed these. Anybody that's been watching the 295s knows that the price has been fluctuating, and availability has been bad, even for me, and I'm happy to say I'm probably not the sole cause of that. But this is what the MSI set looks like. The packaging isn't quite as nice as EVGA's. I will say that EVGA does a nice job with their die-cut foam. EVGA's package is better. I don't know. MSI's package isn't as attractive, but the boards are a little bit less expensive, and they do get here working. I really haven't had any problems with MSI's. I've had a few problems with EVGA boards, but anybody that's dealt with EVGA knows they're really outstanding. They've got really outstanding customer service, and they've taken care of me so far. They've done all my RMAs without difficulty. So there they are. So that's the 4 that I'll be installing today. Because I had an RMA previously, I've got my returned RMA today and 3 brand new MSI boards that I'm going to be installing. All right, I'm going to talk about a little bit about this motherboard. I've been using the K9A2 by MSI, and it's done pretty well. I think the quality of I've had this board a few days now, the Foxconn Destroyer. I've been waiting on cards to come in. I think the quality of this board is really good. I like it a lot. I think the PCI connectors are better, and the board is flatter and stiffer and cleaner, and it's got well, first of all, it comes with this little stand here, which is pretty nifty actually, especially for what I'm doing and what a lot of people do, overclocking and that sort of thing. This one's got 2 gigabit Ethernet ports on it. The MSI K9A2 only has 1. It comes with built-on VGA, which it's not folding compliant by any stretch, but it's part of the chipset, the NVIDIA chipset, and it does work, and it detects automatically PCI Express cards being plugged in, and this port gets disabled. So that works pretty well. Obviously, it's got the for me what is the necessary double card spacing. I'm using AMD 9550 Phenom quad-core processors. That allows me to run an SMP client on the processor, as well as the 8 clients on the graphics cards, GPUs. Another really nice feature of this one One thing I am using, this is an optional little heat pipe that comes off of the chipset here, runs out the back. I'm using that because when I install my video cards, everything's going to sit on here. There's going to be a big block here, and so that just adds a little heat relief there. Another important feature for me and anybody doing either 9800 GX2s or the 295s, when you put in the K9A2, when you put all the video cards in, you interfere with the serial ATA ports, which are right here also on the K9A2 board, the MSI board. But here, these actually come out with a 90-degree connector, whereas the K9A2 doesn't. It comes out with straight-up connectors, and you either have to buy right-angle cables or just bend them over harshly. It forces the cards to sit up a little bit. If you look at some of my stills, there's the center two cards kind of get kicked up out there on the end. It's not optimal. I start to worry a little bit when the cards get kicked up about connectivity in the back of the PCI slots, because those pins do rise up a little bit.